What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So another choppy day in the market. Last night's futures flipped red and we woke up to a ton of stocks down, but we did get a nice bounce on the Qs and SPY in the morning. Most of the small cap stocks were still down today, so IWM was red on the day. But some of the stocks that we follow, like SOFI, were actually holding strong and had a pretty good day. So those are the ones you really want to pay attention to when that specific fund is down. You want to focus on the ones that are holding that uptrend and staying strong. So we're going to go over the recent SOFI news. There's a ton of bullish articles out. We're going to touch on some things, go over the chart, and then talk about one more stock that I am watching for Q4. So I posted a TikTok and a short on YouTube yesterday just talking about this post right here. And basically it shows that Chad Borton, the president of SOFI, is now the president of SOFI Bank. So seeing that bank in there is very bullish. It seems like it's kind of a hint to especially retail investors, but it looks like the bank charter's in the bag. And now we are just waiting for the official announcement and them to confirm everything. They're probably still ironing out some details and when they want to announce this, but that looks very bullish, so I just wanted to bring that up. All right, so looking over this article, Golden Pacific Bank Corp director sues bank over SOFI acquisition. Surprised that we didn't see the stock react to this too much and not a lot of mention of it, but I did want to go through what's going on with this guy right here. So basically, the $22.3 million acquisition of Golden Pacific Bank Corp is being challenged by a founder of the community bank who accuses it of illegally converting preferred shares into voting shares in order to get the deal approved. Back in March, Golden Pacific announced it had agreed to be acquired by SOFI. The deal with Golden Pacific was meant to provide SOFI with a national bank charter, we all know that, and that was expected to be approved by the end of 2021. Now, Rick Fowler was a founder of Golden Pacific Bank Corp and its subsidiary Golden Pacific Bank in 2010 and currently owns 1.28 million shares of its common voting stock. He alleges that Golden Pacific violated the California Corporations Code, which states that the terms of a reorganization must be approved by holders of a majority of outstanding shares. Fowler alleges that a large portion of shares used to approve the deal were preferred stock that had been illegally converted into voting shares. He stated that in 2018, the bank's board has authorized the holder of all of the bank's outstanding Series B preferred stock to convert a total of 1 million non-voting shares into common stock. When deducted from the total used to approve the SOFI acquisition, Fowler thinks that only 43% consented to the deal, failing to meet the majority threshold for approval. Fowler is seeking a preliminary injunction to block SOFI's acquisition of Golden Pacific until the court determines that the number of shares used to approve the deal were obtained lawfully. If the court finds the shares were not lawfully obtained, Fowler is seeking to block the acquisition altogether, which would definitely hurt the bank charter approval. If the court determines that the majority consent was obtained lawfully, Fowler is asking for the court to appoint an impartial appraiser to determine the fair market value of his dissenting shares, which he alleges the bank is undervaluing. Basically, this guy just wants money. I think everything will be fine, and they could likely, buy him out or buy his shares out. So representatives of Golden Pacific did not respond to a request for comment, and this lawsuit was filed on September 21st in Sacramento County Superior Court. No hearings have been scheduled as of yet. Now getting into the latest news for SOFI and the latest articles, seems like every day we're getting more and more bullish articles, and that is because we have these catalysts coming up and these analysts are giving price targets. They want to obviously be ahead of the game for when SOFI makes their move, so they look smart. Now this one talks about the notes offering. We went over this last week already. SOFI's borrowing $1.1 billion, and this sold off because it looked like future dilution, and investors don't like that. Now, this is obviously to meet liquidity requirements for its bank charter, and this is a critical step in the company's evolution as an enormous positive development, and we all know that. Next article is Oppenheimer pounds the table on SOFI stock, and I'm not going to read through the entire articles. I'm just going to give my personal highlights. So the first highlight here is that following a chat with Anthony Noto, Dominic Gabriel not only walked away incrementally positive, but the analyst also believes many investors are only seeing the beginning of the broad opportunities SOFI's business model aims to capture. He also says that their biggest takeaway with SOFI is that they have a deliberate, overarching strategy with a painstakingly thought out roadmap and a clear focus on individual product return hurdles. Then he goes on to say that SoFi's tech segment boasts richer APIs when compared to other payment platforms. They also have the Money Invest integration, custom ETFs, financial planning, and career advice, and calls the app a super app in the market. All right, next we have a Motley Fool article. Not my favorite writers, but this one actually did grab my attention. So key points here. SoFi recently confirmed that it's likely getting its long-awaited bank charter. Charter will make SoFi more profitable, and the current market cap offers long-term upside. Now we know that stock market has yet to price in SoFi's bank charter, and it's pretty undervalued at the moment. So that's why we are talking about it so much and buying SoFi on dips. Here are my key takeaways here. So basically, once SoFi gets the bank charter, there'll be no more middleman, and I've demonstrated that before. And it says here that partners do this for free, which takes away profitability of SoFi's business. And basically, the bank charter would enable SoFi to do its own underwriting. Then down here, it says SoFi's price to sales ratio is just under 13, which is good. That's undervalued. Means there's more upside for us. And the company expects to grow revenue at an average of 43% per year through 2025. Valuation looks good, pretty reasonable in the face of sustained growth. It could allow the share price to appreciate over time as the business grows. SoFi's increased profitability from the banking charter could also help investors justify paying a higher valuation for the stock moving forward. All right, and wrapping things up for SoFi, not too much going on. Stock is holding very well and in an overall uptrend, which is great to see. We're not overbought yet. MACD is neutral at the moment, so we're just going to have to see how the news plays out. I think we're just going to trade in this channel until we get that breaking news for SoFi. Also, people are starting to mention that Google may want to acquire SoFi or do some sort of a partnership or deal with them, so that would definitely be a huge deal. We'll see how that plays out, but that's it for SoFi at the moment. All right, and the second stock that I am keeping very close watch on, I have been trading shares back and forth, but it's ANY. This is a Bitcoin play. This is a potential short squeeze merger play, delivery starting in November. We just had the rumor that Elon Musk might join the board. I don't necessarily believe all that, but I do think this play will do well, and a lot of people compare it to Mara and Riot. As Bitcoin does well, this thing tends to do well. So I know this is a bit confusing right here. Don't worry about this blue box. This is the gap fill that we still have to fill. You enter it at 770. It closes at 870 with a wick to, around $12. So we'll see if we get that. Now, if I zoom out to the 1 day, this blue box will make a lot more sense. So ANY tends to pump and then dip off, but today it showed pretty solid strength overall. MACD is on its way crossing up, so things are looking pretty bullish. It's not overbought yet. This blue box is where it's been trading, the last couple of weeks, ever since that big run when the memes started running again and those short interest stocks started running again. So we've just been in this blue box, in this channel, just trading back and forth. Basically, you want to buy this one as close to $6 as you can. If you get that opportunity, I think $6 or less is a good risk reward. Right now it's at $6.90, and basically you're going to have some resistances here. So if you can break 710, then your next resistance is right around 750. Over that, you enter the gap and things get bullish. You see FOMO and a lot of volume pumping into this. So this is one I'm going to be keeping on watch for Q4 and all those catalysts to play out.